Presenting Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment.
Hello, everyone. This is Elisa, Erik's mommy, and we have the illustrious Michelle Gray at thehealing-art.com with us as my co-host. Hi, Erik. I love you.
Love you, Mom. Erik says hi, everybody.
Oh, so this is about the universe, listening to the universe, because it is very often whispering to us, and Michelle and I were sharing some incidents of that in her life, i.e. the Norway whisper. Anyway, so Erik, how do we listen better, and why don't we listen better?
Well, the first thing that Erik says is that he says that, the universe, much like the voice of spirit and, it's all connected into the universe. And he goes, and it really is a whisper. It's very subtle.
Yeah.
And he says, now, sometimes that voice does get louder. If there's something important that needs to be said to you, and he goes, and I'm pretty sure all of you can think of an instance where the universe got real loud to make sure you got a message. I know I can. But he says, first of all, the universe will speak to you in the present moment. He goes, so it's a lot of people will talk about. He says, well, I don't know what the universe is trying to tell me. I don't know which direction I'm going in. And he says, if you're wanting to hear from the universe, the first thing you need to understand is you are the universe. And something he showed me, and I wrote it down because I think it would make an amazing book title, although maybe somebody else already has it. But he showed me the spelling of Y-O-U and then universe, like universe.
Oh, okay, clever,
right.
Clever.
It is clever. And he says, because you are the universe is within you. There is no separation.
Yeah.
And so he says everything is within the universe, which means everything can speak to us.
Wow.
Everything. So he says, why do people not listen? Well, because we're in our day, we're walking around, we're just thinking that everything is normal, not really thinking about a picture speaking to us or a sign that's giving us a message. If we're not looking, he says, we're going to miss it. If you're not paying attention, you're going to miss it. If you're in the past, thinking in the past, if you're fretting and worrying about the future, he's like, you're going to miss it.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. He said, one of the reasons why being present is important is because that's where everything comes in. Everything connects to you in the present because there really is only the present moment. That really is where everything connects. So
interesting.
He says staying open and being aware of what the universe is saying to you. He goes, now you might have a question though. So you might have something that you're asking the universe. So something like, can you show me where the next job is coming for me? Or can you direct me to the right person to ask this question to? And he says, be clear about what you're asking. Because the other thing is, too, if you're looking for direction, your answer that you get is going to be as good a quality as the question that you're asking. So he says, if you're not really sure what you're asking for, well, then you're not giving a very clear message to the universe. So you want to be very clear on what you're asking for. And he goes, a lot of people get really uncomfortable when they're asking. He goes, it's hard. It can be really hard. So he says, so spend some time thinking about what you need. But the universe is always listening. But the other thing is, too, he goes, you don't need to make any big production. You don't need to say, dear universe, please grant me this.
No.
He goes, no. The universe is your friend. The universe is a guide. So
Yeah.
he goes, you want to just say, hey, just like a good friend, hey, can you show me this? Can you help me with this? And he goes, and then what do you have to do? Be open. And he says, and don't be so specific that you need to hear your answer in a certain way, because then you're going to cut off all the other opportunities, because the universe will speak to you. It's subtle. He goes, remember, it's very subtle, so you have to really pay attention.
Yeah.
But the universe will speak to you sometimes in your subconscious, so it can be in a repeating thought.
Yeah.
Sometimes it'll speak to you within your dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Synchronicities. He says synchronicities are a great way for the universe to speak to you.
Oh my God, yes. That's a little nudge.
Definitely. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And he says, because there's no coincidences, guys. There's no coincidences. It's synchronicity. You will hear from the spirit, from spirits as well, but you will hear from the universe that way. Another big way, too, is nature, like animals.
Oh,
and
yeah?
he says, think about how many signs we get from animals. Like we see a hawk, we see 3 deer, we see like all of these different signs.
Crows.
He says,
Crows, yeah.
What's that? Crows, yes, crows.
Like there was this weird crow that went over somebody's wedding. I was a little nervous. Is that a good sign or a bad sign? We were at a friend's wedding, so.
Yeah. It says crows can have, some people have a bad feeling with crows, but he actually says they're not.
Yeah, I think
they
can be really lucky too. Yeah.
Yes. He says it all depends on where your belief system is teetering.
Yeah.
So it goes, and that's the other thing too. What does it mean to you? What does it mean to you? He goes, not necessarily what does it mean, like I need to open this book and read exactly what it says and what this says, but what does it mean to you? Pay attention to your feelings. Pay attention to if you're seeing a sign and your eyes are being directed towards something. Because another thing is he says license plates.
Yeah.
Like
yes, I see that all the time.
Numbers.
Yeah, people tell me about it also. Oh,
exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
He also says, too, something that we want to be mindful of is a lot of times we'll be in if we're in a state of not feeling well, or if we're, kind of down and we're saying, I just need to hear this from the universe. He goes, some people think, well, the universe isn't speaking to me. I can't hear it. But he says, you want to remember whatever your state of being is, everything is vibration. So if you're in frustration or anger, he goes, you may not hear it. You may not see the messages because it can kind of pinch off that connection. It's not that it's not there, but it's hard. You can't hold 2 states at one time.
No.
You can't be in 2 states of being at one time.
Yeah, of course not.
Another, he said, like TV, he's showing me that I remember the one time I really got a message clear from the universe, and it kind of scared me, but it was a true message. But when I was, before I was diagnosed with breast cancer, I remember I was moving our couch in the living room just to vacuum, and I had bumped against the couch, and it really hurt. I had the whole thought. Like I had the thought cross my mind, could that be cancer? Like just hit me in the head.
Oh, yeah, oh, gosh.
And then the next morning, I was watching TV, and I'm trying to remember her name. I think it was Robin Roberts, and she had just been diagnosed with breast cancer. And I turned on the TV, and she was talking about her breast cancer journey, and it hit me so hard. Like I can remember just being so focused on it. And it wasn't that I was hearing anything.
Yeah.
It was the feeling, and I just knew deep down inside. And so Erik is just saying, pay attention to those subconscious, deep down inside feelings. Like when you're, when you're asking for a question, or if maybe you're feeling something, but you're kind of keeping it on the down low because it scares you, or you don't want it to be that. But the universe is never there to scare you. He goes, that's not the point. He goes, it's there to help you.
Right.
And What else, Erik? What else? Oh, yeah, he also says phone calls. Your family and friends can say things that are speaking messages to you. The universe will use anybody as a conduit.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, he just said, also another way that we can, of course, to help be more present, he says meditation.
Oh, yeah.
Breathing exercises.
Absolutely. So, go ahead.
I was going to say there's all kinds of different ways. And, I mean, just like the way that we hear spirit, it's our vibration. You know, we will attract, and the universe will get louder, just like spirit voices will get louder the more that we stay present and work on our own vibration.
You know, it's like first they'll hit you with a feather, and then with a little, chopstick, and then eventually it's a ball peen hammer, then eventually it's a sledgehammer. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's exactly right. And he says a lot of times the universe isn't always sending you this big booming message. He goes, sometimes it's a, hey, you're doing a good job. Hey, keep up the good work. Hey, get some rest. You know, like that sort of thing. So he says, there's a lot of different ways that you can receive the communication. And he says sometimes people are afraid of it, and sometimes people use the universe as an excuse, or they get angry at the universe. But he says the universe is really there to help you. And he says that for all those that get really frustrated with the universe, he says the universe is reacting from your energy because you're part of it. Yeah.
Yeah, we are a whole and part of the Creator. The Creator includes Source, the universe, everything. Yeah. So what is the universe? You talk about the universe. Is the universe, there's infinite number of universes, right? Like these little bubbles in the vacuum. Well, what is the universe? It's not like, is it really a universe that has these constellations and galaxies and all that, or is it something different?
He's like quoting like Albert Einstein, like saying Einstein's like string theory. But he says like vibration.
Okay.
It's vibration.
So when you match the vibration that the universe is sending out to you, then your chances of manifestation are greater. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yes, because he says that is manifestation.
Okay. Interesting. So, go ahead, Erik.
Well, he's also showing me that the universe is not necessarily, it's not a presence.
Oh.
It's not really a being. He's like, it's like a sound. And he keeps showing me like an explosion. Like an explosion. He keeps vibration, sound waves. It's like a sound. It's a frequency. It's a frequency that works through everything.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
If you dumb it down. What else, Erik? It's interesting. I mean, what's interesting? The universe and source.
What's the difference between it?
Yeah. Or is there?
Okay, that's a good question. What is that, Erik? Well, he says source is a creator.
Okay.
Source is the creator. The universe is.
Okay.
So he says the universe is like a carrier. It carries, carries vibration, and source is the creator.
So it carries the creations of source.
Yes.
And if you're lucky, it'll carry vibrations of great manifestations to you if you listen to it and if you mirror it. What else do we need to do to make sure the universe delivers?
Well, Erik says the universe will always deliver.
Oh,
It will
okay.
always deliver because the universe is also neutral. So the universe is going to deliver what it's being, like he says, what's beaming to it, what's beaming towards it. It's going to deliver back what's beaming towards it. So
Okay.
what's the point of attraction? What's the point of attraction?
Right.
So you want to beam back things that are supportive and that open doors for you, that open opportunities, that widen your experience. So he says how you do that is you practice mindfulness. You practice focusing on the thoughts and the feelings that you want to project into your day-to-day experience from moment to moment.
Right.
He says from the best of your ability. It's all of those practices, he says, help solidify your vibration so that you're sending out a signal to the universe that clearly states, bring me more good things.
Right. And, the common mistake is to send out to the universe a thought like, I want to be healthy or I want to be wealthy. But the interpretation of the universe is quite literal, and so you're always going to be wanting health and wanting wealth and never achieving it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So you have to have statements, and I do this in the scalar field, that you already are. You are wealthy, you're happy, you're healthy, etc. And you have to employ all of your senses to really speed up what you're sending to the universe, so you get back the correct vibrations, hence the correct, the most beneficial reality.
He says this is a good place to practice saying I am.
Oh.
Using the I am before your statements. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am prosperous. I am peace. And he goes, and what do you follow that up with? Because words are merely a part of it. He goes, what if you are peace, what are you doing in your experience to be peace?
Right.
So he says it's putting that being, I am love. So it's projecting love or seeing love, practicing seeing love.
Right.
In things.
Absolutely.
I am wealth, he says, looking for the gratitude and the richness in your experience. He says that doesn't mean it has to be financial, but what is richness to you in your experience, because that will come back to you in many different forms.
It's hard because so many of us slip into the negative. We focus only on what's going wrong in our life, what relationships are terrible, how much we don't have, and that's a mistake. We need to focus on the relationships that enrich us, and we need to focus on, everything that we do have and should be grateful for, et cetera, et cetera. Well, that's tough.
And Erik said that for most of our lives and for many generations, so a lot of it's been built in our cellular DNA, that it's like riding the bicycle downhill, but it's become easier with the negativity. So it takes us practice and building up momentum to move the wheel the other direction.
Right.
So that's why it's so important, because it's much easier to flow with the negativity if that's what you've been doing for a long time.
I know.
So it does take practice and it does take work to go the other way. Mm-hmm.
It does. It's like it takes more muscles to frown than to smile. It's actually easier to think positive thoughts than it is to shoulder the burden of negative thoughts. But, we get into a habit, and we are influenced by the media and peers and siblings and parents about how horrible things are. So it's really a difficult trap to release yourself from if you make it difficult. But, it's all about perspective.
Very true. Very true. And Erik says, and Mom, he says, a lot of times people go to the negative because it makes them feel like they're protecting themselves. Like, well, if I say that it's negative, then when it happens, I'm not let down.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's not a big surprise. So he says it's like, this false sense of protection, but really what you're doing is you're sabotaging yourself.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like expectations are difficult. People don't want to put their expectations out there, but also expectations can impede abundance coming to you because it's such a dense energy. And my husband always says, you want to be happy? Lower your expectations. Basically, it's like that's the misery index is what you expect and what you get. That is the index.
Yes.
That's what's between what you want and what you get and what you expect. And and narrowing that gap takes working with the universe, right?
Yes, it does. Yes. And Erik just reminds everybody, like, the universe has been with you for many, many, many thousands of years. So it's well versed on what it does. It knows its job.
Yeah.
So this is he goes, for anybody that thinks, well, it doesn't work that way for me, he goes, play with it. Play with the universe. Do some of these things and play with it and watch what happens.
What other ways can we, mesh our vibration with the vibration of manifestation that the universe gives out?
He says intentions are the contracts with the universe.
I love
intentions.
That. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So he says, what's your intention? What's the real reason behind what you want, what you're doing, what you're saying? And he says, and that's a little bit of self-reflection and kind of looking at, why do I want to do this? Why do I want this? Because a lot of times when we start to follow those intentions, especially with things that we may have just done over and over because we've always done it or because somebody else has always done it, we end up finding out that, wait a minute, maybe that's not something that I really do want, or maybe that's really not for the best. Maybe that's not really good for me. And so he says, remember that intention, whether subconscious or conscious, that's what's speaking to the universe. That's your contract. So that's where you really want to start.
Yeah, so really analyze your motives and make sure that you filter your ideas and thoughts from those imposed on you from the outside. People telling you this is what you want and this is what you should think and this is what, because it's too confusing that way. It's too hard.
Yeah. And he says, and stay open, be aware. And he says that that the universe will deliver magic to you. If you stay open and be aware and keep conversing with it, you will see magic in your reality.
Awesome. Anything else, Erik, before we take callers?
No, he's rubbing his hands together and ready to talk to people. He says, I'm ready, Mom. I'm ready.
Ready to rock and roll. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see. We got somebody from the 262 area code. Hi there, how you doing?
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good.
My question, Erik, is I get a lot of orbs, in my room at night, and I see it through my video camera. And my question is, they say that you could talk to them and stuff like that, and I try, and I heard that they could change colors and stuff for you, and I try to ask, but they don't respond, nothing. But there's a lot of them. At first I was only getting one or two, now I'm getting like 20 of them. And are they trying to tell me a message, or am I dying or something?
Are they truly orbs, Erik? Wait, what's your first name and where are you? What town are you from?
Oh, I'm sorry. Michelle from Wisconsin.
Okay, Michelle from Wisconsin.
Hi, Michelle.
Are these really orbs?
Yeah, Erik says that they are. So he says that they're happy. what they are.
Oh,
He says, no, you're not dying. You're not dying. He says keep working with them, and he says, and be patient, because he says it's not always like sometimes it's very easy to see, but he says it's not always clear with the eyes. So when we were talking a little bit about expectation earlier, Erik says you will see them change color, and he's showing me green, like a green type color, and some of them are already turning that color. Okay. They're starting to look kind of a yellowy green color.
Right.
Now, he says just take them for what they are, and when you see them, talk to them and say, oh, you're beautiful. Thank you for coming.
I do. Right.
Yeah, keep doing it. Keep doing it.
It's like they're having a party in my room. I'm telling you.
And they are. They certainly are. Keep doing it and keep playing with it. Another thing Erik's saying to you is play some music, and particularly play classical music.
Okay.
Yeah,
well, Erik,
you have angels. You have some angels, and you've got there's a male there that loves you. That is moving.
My husband?
Yeah, my husband.
What's that?
Is it
my husband? It's your husband. Yes, it's your husband.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow,
And
that's cool.
Guides,
Yeah.
angels, what else?
Yeah. There's some animals too.
Yeah. Okay.
Some,
I see little ones and I see big ones, and the big ones they light up. Yes.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. They're having a wonderful time, and I feel it, because one message Erik is also saying is, sometimes it's about the feeling that you're getting before you start to move to the color and to everything else.
Oh.
So he says, feel the energy that you're getting, because they are dancing.
Okay.
And they are happy.
Too.
Yeah.
Wait, so Erik,
enjoy it.
Erik, for everyone else, what's the best way to capture orbs? iPhone, Android, the regular camera, digital camera, certain settings.
Doesn't matter.
With a light on, light off. I'm sorry,
your cell phone, so that the best way to capture it, the way that I was taught, was to use your cell phone. It doesn't matter like what setting that you really put it on. It's important to have the flash on, though. So you want to have your room that you're in to be either dark or very dimly lit.
Right.
Have the flash on your camera.
Yep.
And the one thing that because I've got all kinds of different orbs, and Erik told me to video them, to put it on video, not just to sit there and watch. And when you have it on video, and then you go back and watch it, screenshot the orbs, and then zoom in on the screenshots and look, because you will be amazed at what you see inside the orbs. Because I've been studying orbs for quite a long time, and there are faces and all kinds of things inside of them, because they often travel in groups. So there's more than one to an orb.
Right.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you, Michelle, for calling in.
Thanks, Michelle.
Thank you.
Bye. Her name was Michelle, too, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so.
That's easy to remember.
Make a fool of myself. All right, got somebody from the 804 area code. Hi there, how you doing? Hello.
I'm Roberta. Hi, can you hear me?
Roberta, hi, how are you doing?
Roberta. I'm doing well, thank you, Elisa, Michelle, Erik. I'm currently following up on the status of my son's eyesight. He was born with his left eye lid closed, and he's had multiple surgeries to correct it and save his vision. Now he's 20 years old, and he has monovision, using one eye at a time, and asked Erik question if this was a soul contract, and if so, could it be lifted? His response was Archangel Michael had said it was, and yes, it could be lifted. I then had Elisa do scalar energy, and that was back in 2021. And what I'm asking is basically...
Roberta, where are you? Roberta, did we lose you?
Ma'am?
Oh, there you are. We lost you
No,
for
I'm
a while.
still.
Sorry about that.
I'm still here.
Okay,
I know
so
Michelle breaks up a lot.
okay. Okay, so what's the
Do you
question?
need me to repeat it, or did you hear it? The question is, I just want to.
Yeah.
I want to know exactly what are the blockages or delays, and what do we need to do to expedite the healing process so he can have binocular vision, since Archangel Michael lifted his soul contract per Erik when I did the Ask Erik question, and I had scalar energy performed on him.
So what do you think,
3
Erik?
years ago.
Yeah.
One of the blockages that's in there is with self-esteem. But what Erik says, because he keeps saying perseverance, because he says that it is working. He's also saying, what's the age that you said as well? Because he's showing me like
he's now
like undoing a
he's
time
now
frame.
20.
Yeah. So there's a subconscious blockage of doubt there. But there's also, Erik says, one of the things that will help is having gratitude for the eyesight. Like having gratitude for the eyesight that he has. Yes. Yeah.
But he's grateful too, not just you, right, Roberta?
Yes, he is extremely grateful.
Oh,
he is.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So it's something that's going to manifest without, other than the gratitudes. Is there anything else?
Well, he says, yes, it's manifesting. He's saying it's manifesting currently because he keeps saying, keep going, keep doing what you're doing. There is some doubt in there subconsciously. And I mean, some of that is probably just as the time goes, not really knowing what's going on behind the scenes. I'm just asking him if he would benefit from any other healing. And he says, no. He says what you're doing and what you've done is doing its job.
Good. Yeah, Roberta, I mean, look, we've had people who all their atherosclerotic plaques disappeared and myocardial scars healed and herniated discs go away. So I know this is possible. It's a lot of energy to move around. So it just may take some time,
No,
okay.
Yeah, not everybody works on the same scale. But there's a little bit of grief that's moving in there because some of it does come from a past life. And Erik shows me an injury in there. And it had to do with somebody that was very close to him, and he was female in that lifetime where the injury occurred.
Oh, gosh.
Did he die?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a lot of issues.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Roberta, for calling.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you.
Thanks, Roberta.
Thank you. Good to talk to you.
Oh. All right. So got somebody from the 2-5 area, the 250 area code. Boo. Can't talk today.
Hello.
Hi there. How you doing?
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
What's up?
Anya. I want to connect with my friend Julian who passed recently.
Okay. Where are you from, Tanya?
Victoria, British Columbia.
Okay. Gotcha. And your friend, what's his? Julian. What's the name again? Julian. Where did he pass?
Overseas, Cambodia. He was on vacation.
Oh, gosh.
Oh, okay.
Wow. So, Erik, can you bring Julian over?
Yep, just hang on a second here. I'm just getting to pull him in. Did he pass in nature? Did something happen to him outside?
Yes, he collapsed in the street.
The first thing that he's saying is he wants to let you know that he's happy, that he's okay.
That's good.
But he's also talking about forgiveness. Was there something that was going on between him and you, or him and somebody else, where he's saying he has forgiveness? Is what he says. Having forgiveness. Okay.
Maybe a friend. Who knows? Maybe somebody you don't even know.
Oh, because he's speaking. He's got a very low tone to him, like kind of a very low tone. He's speaking about I forgive, they forgive. He says that he's happy. He also says that he is already in communication.
Well, the forgiving, how did he die? Is the forgiveness somehow related to his manner of death or something else?
I have no idea.
No, let's see what Erik says.
Let's
see what Julian says. Julian, how did you die?
Well, it's chest. He's giving me the chest and the heart.
Okay.
The chest.
Lungs, heart attack, pulmonary embolus, clots.
What?
No, I'm just asking Erik. Heart attack?
He's giving me the heart.
Okay. So, who does he need forgiving and who needs to forgive him?
Are you asking me?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I'm talking to Erik. I'm sorry. Unless you have any ideas.
Yeah, I'm not really sure did he just pass very recently, like in the last 3 weeks?
Tanya, when did he die?
April the 12th.
Okay, so yeah, recently. Yeah, wow. Okay, that's right, Michelle.
Yeah. He's very and it's forgiveness for himself. And there's some guilt and forgiveness for himself, but he's very quiet toned. I'll just tell you, he's not extremely strong coming through.
Well, it's so recent that he passed that, Tanya, I think you need to wait maybe a few weeks and call back again, and let's see how our communication is with Julian at that point, because it's difficult for them when they passed so quickly and unexpectedly and recent. So can you call back in a few weeks?
Thank you.
Thank you.
I hope you do that.
I have one question. 2012, I gave him a sort of stuffed animal for Christmas, one of his favorite animated characters. Can you tell me what it was, Julian?
It's probably too
I don't have that. I don't have that kind of link with him. He's when somebody passes with some kind of trauma or something very quickly like that, it's very difficult to get something that specific from them.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, let me see. We got somebody from the 412 area code. Hi there. How you doing?
Hi. My name is Al from Presto. And,
hi.
Hi. About one year ago today, my son Jacob was in the ICU, and he was sick from AML. And then 4 days later, he passed away. And my wife and this was so traumatic for myself and my wife. And I'm just wondering if he has any message for me. This is the season, the baseball season, and he loved baseball. And him and I just had a lot of good times with that.
Yeah.
Just wondering.
Jacob, can you help us out here?
Yeah, you bet. Jacob says, "Hi, Dad."
Hi, Jake.
Are you wearing a ball cap right now?
No.
Okay, because he just walked up, showed me like hitting the top of the ball cap, like the part over your face, like kind of hitting it, like he's doing that to say hi to you, hitting that ball cap.
Yes.
You know, he's just he wants to be real honest and just let you know that like he sees both sides of everything. he wants to let you know, like, he's good. He's happy and he's growing. He says he's expanding, but he also wants to let you know that he knows what you're going through. He knows what you guys are going through. And he wants you to know that he doesn't miss that, meaning he's right there with you. He sees it. He understands what you're going through.
Yeah, we miss him so much.
He knows that. He knows that. He really does. My heart is just so, like, my heart chakra is warmed right up right now while he's talking. He's also saying, when we were talking about the orbs, if you were listening a little bit earlier?
Yes.
Can you for him tonight, because he's, like, waving, like, showing himself and saying the orbs.
Oh.
If you can do that and see him, because he is right there, very present with you guys right now.
Oh, how do you do that? I don't understand.
Take your cell phone, cell phone, put it on video so you can record it. Be in a dark room, his bedroom if you can, a dark room, or very low lighting. Make sure your flash is on. Okay?
Okay.
And just slowly pan your phone around the room. You will see your boy.
It's quite remarkable, for sure.
It really is.
Okay.
It really is. And that'll help give your heart a little peace. Yeah. He loves you. He loves you, Dad. He loves you all.
I love you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You bet.
You're welcome.
Hard. For parents, okay, and for anybody. All right, got somebody from the 732 area code. Hi there, how you doing?
Hi, this is Melissa from Manchester.
Hey, Melissa. Melissa Manchester.
Hi, everybody. Nice to speak with you guys.
Yeah, glad to speak with you too. What you got for us?
I wasn't expecting to get on. I came in so late after.
Well, I've been choosing
the phone.
I kind of been choosing people randomly.
Oh, thank you. It must have just been meant to be. The scalar energy, I'm interested in that. And I was just wondering, I've done so much work on myself, trying to lift my own vibrations and such, that I was wondering, do I still need to have portals closed or open or energy work? Could I still use that because it's something that won't go away on my own that I'm working on for myself?
Yeah, there's like 30 different things that come with the main service, not just portals, closing the bad ones, opening up the good ones in every life form and the home and the possessions and the land. There's a lot more to it. That even removing harmful alien implants and increasing essential inorganic stuff, it's just crazy, But does she need it, Erik, or can she do this on her own?
Well, Erik says that, she is doing stuff on her own, but he said, like, the difference is let's say this way, that right now you're on the highway, you're trucking along, and he says by having the scalar done, it's like getting on a toll road, taking a shortcut. It's like being on the freeway. Because he says you're actually a really good candidate for it as well, because you've got a lot of your centers open, and there are, he says it's not so much about closing certain ones for you, is there are some meridians or some portals that can be opened for more abundance.
Yeah.
And are you a medium, or are you working on mediumship?
Well, Erik told me that I was a healer, and so silly of me, but I believed it so much that when my father all of a sudden called and said I need crutches because my foot has cellulitis and he couldn't walk on it and he had an earache, even from him being in a different town, I automatically started just praying and like sending my energy to say I'm healing you, because Erik said I have healing powers. Now, it didn't work, But he did say if I'm interested, I should reach out to him. So I think I just don't know how to do it. But I don't have I have the belief system, because if Erik says that I do, then I believe it. But I think I just don't know how to do it.
What does she need to do there? Can you help her?
Yeah, Erik says that it's just the guidance. It's just the guidance of understanding what you're doing, and he says, and the momentum of continuing to practice it. But he says that's what he's talking about then with the scalar, because he's saying mediumship and communication. So having the portal work, like the energy, the main scalar service, the ERP, Elise says.
ERPE,
I can't say it.
Energy repair, protection, and enhancement.
Exactly.
You can email me, and I'll give you the document that has the partial list of what it comes with, and it's a beast. You'd be shocked to see what comes with it. It's a lot.
Okay, so what is the, when I go on the website, what is the one I click onto, because that's the one I need?
Well, it should be the main service, the energy repair, protection, and enhancement.
Okay, energy repair, protection. Okay.
Yeah. And we have a sale we extended the sale until midnight tonight, so if you care about that.
Ooh, perfect. I will get right on there. Thank you. All right. God bless you all.
God bless you too. Bye,
Love
Melissa.
you.
Love you. All right, somebody from the 321 area code. What's up?
Hey, it's Shannon from Florida.
Hey, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
How are you?
Good.
I just wanted to hear from my mom and my aunt and my kid's father, my other half.
Okay, which one do you most want to hear from?
Let's say my mom, because I haven't spoken with her since before she's passed.
Oh wow!
Teresa.
What's her first name and where did she pass?
Teresa in Melbourne, Florida.
Okay, Melbourne, Florida. So Erik, can you get Teresa?
There's somebody here. Does she have cancer?
No. Mm-mm.
Does somebody have cancer?
No, that I know of. She passed. She had a stroke at home, and then a lot more in the hospital, and a brain bleed. So they had to remove half her skull.
Oh,
and she hasn't never recovered. And we had already previously talked about it. Go ahead.
Okay, it was the brain, though, right? It was the brain.
Mm-hmm.
It was the brain.
Yeah.
Okay.
Brain, like an aneurysm type of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
So it looked like it was brain cancer, I guess.
I thought it was brain cancer.
But no,
that's what I thought it was. Okay.
Right.
Hang on a second. Well, I got to tell you, so I'm not seeing her, but I can feel her energy. And as she steps in, it's like she's coming in to say, well, sometimes things happen, and, you just got to keep going. You just got to keep going. Because she keeps telling you, you got to keep going. You got to keep going forward. But she's, she's firm, but she's not harsh, if that makes sense.
Right.
But she's kind of firm. And she's being firm with you, but telling you to keep going. So what are you feeling like giving up on something?
Always.
Or letting go of something?
Yeah, there's just a struggle with the kids a lot, being a single parent.
Mm.
Well, maybe we can get in touch with the father of the kids. What's his name?
He's in heaven, yeah.
What's his name?
Jason.
How old are your kids? Because he's talking about discipline with the kids.
7, 13, and 14.
Oh, jeez. So not adulthood.
Yeah, because he's just saying it is hard because he's noticing what you're dealing with on your own.
Oh.
He says, he's right there helping you out, and that you must talk to him or hear from him because he feels very communicative with you.
I'm trying to. I got the work done last year, but I've got so much chaos all the time. It's hard to focus.
Yeah.
And then I just had that chakra one too.
Yeah.
I sometimes think he's talking to me through the light in the bathroom, but then I'm like, maybe not. Maybe he's just going to bed.
No, don't doubt it. Don't doubt that. Don't doubt it, because he's using. Hang on. He's using whatever way he can to communicate with you, because sometimes speaking directly to you, because he does speak to you in your thoughts,
right?
And he also will put an image in your head. He's also doing this with your son as well. But I don't know if he would be the one that would do the discipline, or you're not being listened to.
They all need it, but yeah, they're giving a hard time about going to school. Everything. And then I have court tomorrow. Is like for my middle child. Is like, is that gonna be a good thing? Like, cause I don't have a ride there, so I'm trying to get one. I was hoping that maybe like it's better, because he was in a program and then he didn't finish the program properly, so now they put it back in the court system.
Oh.
So I'm like, well, look at this. It's a good thing, huh?
Yeah. Will that go okay?
Yeah, it is a good thing. It is a good thing. It'll be okay. It is a good thing.
I told him, maybe, we're going to find something that's actually going to help you guys and not just push you along.
Yeah.
And that's what, I need more help with them, because it's kind of like, they're just like, all right, here you go, feed you to the wolves, and kick you out of school, but we're not giving you any help.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, Shannon, thanks for calling. I know
Thank
who you are.
Thank you, Alyssa. Thank you, Eric. Thank you, Michelle.
Bye, Shannon.
Bye.
All right. 505 area code. How are you?
Hi, good. How are you? Is this me?
Yes, that is you. What's your first name and where are you calling from? Hi.
My first name is Jessica, and I'm calling from Albuquerque.
Okay, Jessica. You bet.
I was wondering if I could get a message from my friend Lucas Tompkins, who passed away about a year ago.
What's his name?
Lucas.
It's really hard to hear you. It's like you're speaking
really quiet
from the phone.
Can you hear me better now?
Oh, yeah. Lots better.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
I'd like to get a message from my friend Lucas Tompkins.
Tompkins, okay.
Okay. Lucas Tompkins, okay.
Passed away a year ago.
I believe he committed suicide.
Oh gosh. How old was he?
What? He was 27.
Okay.
Oh, what he just gave me the sudden passing. There's a lot of guilt around his energy. He's just saying, he's telling you that he wasn't able to find the strength and the courage, but he wants you to find the strength and the courage. But he's very sorry for what he left behind, but also, was there a child he left behind?
No.
Sibling? Anybody?
Maybe he's talking about my kids. He was pretty close with my children.
Oh, yeah.
He's talking about having, not being able to make decisions in his life before he passed, having to make a decision and having a problem going forward.
Okay.
Was he not communicating with you before he passed, or there was no communication?
I hadn't talked to him for a little while. He had come to see me because he was living out of state, and he came down, and I got to see him briefly, but we didn't follow up with each other.
Because what he's saying when he talks about the guilt and the blame, because he's bringing me back to spending time with you or having spent time with you, because he wants you to not have your memories going back into the last times you talked to him or what you think you should have done. Okay. And he says, because you couldn't have, he says, I wouldn't have allowed it, or he wasn't allowing people in that way. he doesn't want you to carry the blame or any fault of any way.
Thank you.
Yeah, he takes full responsibility, but he wants you to know he is okay.
Is he happy?
He is happy. Yes, he is.
Is he trying to communicate with the family? I'm sorry, go ahead.
He is, and this is what I was asking about the kid, or if he had a child. Is it a daughter that you have? Do you have a girl?
I have a daughter and a son.
Okay. The daughter has the ability to communicate, like turned up more.
Okay.
Because he's able to get to her thoughts.
Okay.
Like communicate to her thoughts. So he says to pay attention to things that she says, because it's like he's working through her. Right? He is around you, and it's like making up for lost time. Like he's trying to communicate. But he just said,
I'm sorry. I'm just in shock because I just found out he died yesterday. My aunt so it's just kind of devastating. So I asked Erik, please let me come through. I want to hear from him. So thank you so much.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, well, so
I'm
you need to come back on. We need to do this again.
Yeah.
Because, you deserve
Thank you.
time. Anything else you want to ask?
Yourself.
Anything else you want to ask about him? Do you want to ask if he suffered in death? Because that's really important for moms.
The most important thing is that he's happy, and I just wanted to hear from him, and that's what I needed to know. I love him so much. Erik, I love you too. Thank you, everybody.
He loves you. He also wants to let you know that Erik's got him. Erik's been taking care of him. Got the rope, so wants to make sure you know that.
Yeah,
I gave his girlfriend.
Teach him how to get do pranks and stuff for his mama.
I gave Erik's book, My Life After Death, to his girlfriend 2 years ago when they moved to North Carolina. And when I found out yesterday that he passed away, I knew Erik was there somehow.
Yeah, wow. Erik's got him.
Oh,
I love
that's
awesome.
Yeah.
Well, he loves you.
Thank you.
Sure does.
Yeah, call back, okay? Definitely call back.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've talked to this person. The 440 area code. Have you gotten on already?
Oh.
Hi. How are you? Yes. What's your first name? Where are you calling from? Liz?
I'm calling from San Diego.
Is it
Liz,
you said
from
Liz?
San Diego?
Okay, Liz is okay.
Liz, LIZ.
Yeah. LIZ, gotcha.
And I've got I actually have two things. So I'm going to go with the money, what Erik might have for me, because I'm 65, but I do need to take a job of some kind, have some kind of extra income coming in. And if he has any guidance on what I should
bring in abundance,
what
Erik,
would be ideal.
Yeah. We just have 1 minute left. Go ahead. Yeah.
Erik's just saying, he says if you're going to take on something additional, he says, like, make it casual. He says, and ask yourself what you enjoy to do, because he says that you would be good in doing something that was not on your feet all the time. Like, he says people, but not too many people. So even if you've got like a quiet little hobby shop or something where you're not doing a lot of hours, because he says really think about why you're saying this, like about money.
Right.
He wants you to really look at that.
Does he see something maybe even from working from home kind of thing, or
that's what
not
I'm
so
wondering.
much that I should be out?
Yeah.
No, he says you can definitely work from home, but he says he wants you to investigate doing something that maybe you thought you wouldn't do. He says try and think out of the box. And he also says to go on the internet and do a little research and look for things or jobs that are out of your area working at home, because there might be some opportunities that are, say, posted somewhere else in
All right,
States
guys.
or somewhere.
We have to close up. I'm moving into the other show.
Gotcha.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks so much.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Eric.
Listeners.
Thank you, Elise. Thank you.
Thank
you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Eric, and thank you, Michelle. Michelle.
Thank you.
You can get in touch with her at thehealing-art.com. Talk to you later, everyone. Till next Tuesday.
Bye, everybody. Eric,
bye-bye.
Love
you.
Bye,
Love
everybody.
you.